Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Life Guidance from Beyond. This is
Jenna.
and I am Deborah. Thanks for joining us. In this episode today, we thought we would do something a little fun. We'll probably keep it brief too, but Jenna is going to pull some cards for us.
This is my very first angel deck that I purchased. It's by Doreen Virtue. It's called Healing with the Angels. And when I first started reading angel cards, I was taught by somebody who else read to go to a store that has cards like this and feel what you're drawn to, what resonates most with you, what artwork pulls you in, what speaks to you essentially. And this is my very first deck, and this is the one that I feel I get the most information from, even though there are the least amount of words and things. So it's interesting to me that how much these still do resonate.
So can I ask you a question? I'm just curious. When you chose the deck, did it kind of light up, or did you put your hands over them and see which one you were drawn to? How did you get drawn to it?
This is like over 10 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember putting my hands over things. I think I was just looking at them, and I believe the stores had them out. So I just felt them. I think I held them and looked at them.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was familiar with the author, Doreen Virtue.
Right.
And I was very much into studying angels, too. So that brought me to this particular deck.
All right, so let's ask the question, what does the collective, what does everybody need assistance with right now?
Okay. So what I like to do is clear the deck of all energies because it's been sitting, in my room. Just make it nice and neutral. And now I'm going to shuffle the cards. And like this one won't leave my hand. As I'm shuffling, if something falls out, it means it's really important part of the message.
I do too, yeah.
And then we build upon that.
It's funny, that one looks glued to you.
It was.
Yeah.
So this one is divine timing. So I think this reading is timed purposefully for those who are watching. It's going to be relevant. So this one is sticking out a bit. Truth and integrity. Let's see what else. I feel like I should pull one more.
Or two.
Or two. There we go. So, divine timing, truth and integrity, focus, and emerging. Sometimes a story emerges for me where I hear my guides explaining the order in which they've been pulled. So in this case, the divine timing, those that are listening to this message now really need to hear the truth and integrity, while it may not appear to be in our general vibe as a country right now, that with our focus on the positive and raising our vibration, we can collectively influence that lack of truth and integrity that we're feeling. So we can almost transmute it through the focus we choose. What we choose to focus on will get larger. So focusing on concerns around truth and integrity will create more of those concerns. However, if you focus on the truth and integrity that you have about yourself, about the very essence of who you are, you will create that energy of truth and integrity in its wholeness, in its true form. in the most positive sense. So it's almost like it could cancel out the negative truth and integrity that we are surrounded by right now. And I feel like with the emerging card that this is something that is a skill that we are all going to learn as a collective, how powerful our thoughts are, and how working with that and being aware of it, we will have this emerging skill set about how we can shift vibrations and how it can benefit our lives or not, depending on what we choose to focus on.
Now, when you say like raise vibration, can you explain that a little to people who may not understand it?
Yes. So there's a scale of emotions that we have, from the very depressed, deep, dark sadness all the way up to bliss. And so the vibration that you carry resonates out and it draws things in. So like attracts like. So if you are super joyful, quite often you'll notice joyful things happening to you or occurring around you, and it's like can help maintain that vibe.
Yeah, like you become magnetic for that too.
Yes.
Like a magnet for that.
Yes. And so with this truth and integrity vibe being subpar right now, the way we can help shift that is using our own vibration and putting out the most honest truth and integrity, their essence that we have that's very positive, and it will help shift things.
Mm-hmm. You know what I noticed with the card? I don't know should I show them the card?
Sure.
So you can see that truth and integrity. I find it unique because they're not wearing clothes, right? So it's almost like, one, there's nothing to hide behind, but it's almost like going beyond the superficial of the clothing and really getting to the truth within, as well as, truth of other things as well. But I remember I was like doing a reading for someone, and I was telling the person, like, the values kept coming up. Like, whatever decision you make, always ask is, what are your values? Is this in line with your values? And it reminds me of what you're saying. Like, is this in line with the truth, your own truth and integrity? Not about what, like, everybody else thinks or what you think should happen or think things should be. Is this in line with who you are and the truth of you? Which I think is very important too. And coming from a place of integrity,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
Let's see what else. Any questions that come to your mind that ask?
I think divine timing is interesting, right? Because I think a lot of us are feeling stressed, or we didn't get what we wanted to, regarding where we're headed and what choices were recently made. And no matter what choice was made, it's divine timing no matter what. In other words, I think our second episode, we were talking about the earth is going through a shift no matter what, and we're going to be following along with that. And also collectively, we are also going through a shift. So no matter what choice has been made, whether we like it or not, it's almost like this is divine timing. There was going to be a change no matter what. Maybe one way would be a little slower and easier. Maybe this way is a little more accelerated. But it's divine timing that where we have to look in within ourselves. We also have to work with one another to really find that truth of what we really want for ourselves and for one another, knowing that we're all connected to one another, looking at ourselves as not just individually, but as the whole. Yeah. So I found that interesting to see the divine timing. And I think truths are going to be emerging. I think people talk a lot about ascending, but I think emerging, it's in the sense we're going to come upon times that some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it, but it's making these times are going to make us go within, and we're going to have our own truths emerging, as well as other truths are going to be emerging. What works for us, what doesn't work for us, that's all going to be emerging as well. Again, on an individual and collective level. I think it's very interesting how it's almost like there's a microcosmic and a big macrocosmic level of how this shift is going to be taking place, and how some things are going to be shaken up. And we always have to go back to really what's the truth, and how can we do this from a place of integrity, where, I tell my daughter we're all meant to help rise each other up. And I really believe that's also what integrity means to some respect as well.
Yes, agreed.
So should we pull like one last
Yeah.
set for people?
Oh, beautiful. So, serenity, harmony, and enchantment. So, I get the sense that this is, like you were just saying, a time to go within the serenity aspect, and that seeking harmony with others, like-minded individuals, is going to help further your inner serenity as well. And enchantment is just a beautiful card. It's a unicorn. And I think with this message, anything can be possible. That's what this enchantment, this sense of magic, this sense of excitement and purpose, and the unknown can be just as exciting as it can be on the other end of the spectrum, scary, right? So to try to see the excitement side of the spectrum, focus on, all right, there are changes, let's get behind these changes, or let's make changes that work for us. And making sure that we're in harmony with others, and finding those who really connect with us. I feel like there's a lot of personal growth those that are listening to this will be going through as a part of this shift.
Yeah, I want to show these to people
Sure.
to help give people a sense of hope. So that is serenity.
And this is harmony and enchantment.
And this is enchantment. My daughter makes fun of me for still liking unicorns. What I see is, I feel like, and I love how you approach with this, like such a personal level, because I think it can give a sense of hope, and if we really stick to the truth, and finding harmony with one another as well.
Yes.
We can have a good outcome, right? We don't have to go through such hardship and have a negative outcome, right? If we can really stick to the purpose of what we're going through and the truth behind what we're going to be going through and what we want to have the outcome, we can have serenity and harmony, enchantment. I think, there's hope in the sense we have a choice, right? We have a choice on how we're going to experience things and how the outcome's going to be for us as well as for the whole. Did they say that well enough? Yeah. Does that feel right?
Yeah. Yes, it resonates.
Yeah.
So keep that enchantment in mind and
keep raising that vibration.
Keep raising it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be very powerful opportunity to shift things for the better if we can. Yeah. So I know we'll be working hard at keeping our vibrations high.
I know. And speaking of, because you're saying we're going to be keeping hard, we're going to be helping each other. Be with people that help raise your vibration, help make you feel good, and help remind you of being in your truth and feeling joy and love and compassion for yourself and kindness for yourself and others.
Yeah.
Because we really need one another.
Yeah. Noticing how you feel with specific friends of yours, colleagues of yours, paying attention to that and seeking out those that make you feel happier, sense of hope.
Yeah, and from
important.
I have to add from the occupational therapy perspective, it's called co-regulation. Being with other people that make you feel good, it helps regulate your nervous system. Because I know a lot of people can feel anxiety with change, and being with other people that make you feel good, it's a great way to regulate your nervous system, because we're really designed to be with people, because we thrive, and from social activity we're social beings, basically.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Yes, it was fun. We hope to see you back here again soon.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Keep the vibration high. I feel so Californian. Peace out.